My name is Toby Raison, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my current football situation, what club I'm going to be playing for, what I've been doing over lockdown and all through off season, and what I was doing last season. So if you're new to my videos, I was playing for Hereford FC under 18s last season. Hereford FC are a club in the Vanarama National North, which is the 6th division of English football, and after a successful trial period I got accepted to join the under 18s team. Last season was really good for us as a side. We got to the FA Youth Cup first round, which was a record-breaking run for our club, and for me personally, I had the experience of going with the first team for the first time ever to an away fixture just after Christmas. From this point on, I was training with the first team for the rest of the season. It was really good for me, and later on in the season, just before lockdown started, I was actually named on the bench for the first time in a fixture at home against Darlington in the league. For me, this showed me how far I'd come over the last couple of years. In 2 seasons, I'd gone from playing Sunday League football to being named on the bench for a team in the Vanarama National North. And that brings us to now, my current football situation at the start of the 2021 season. At the moment, I'm currently on trial for the Hereford FC first team. I got invited back for a pre-season trial, and as you can see on screen now, this was our first training session back at Edgar Street, the Hereford FC stadium. I've really been enjoying training because obviously it's been a long layoff due to the pandemic, and now I'm back. I've been training hard over the off season and I'm really enjoying it. And as you might have seen on the YouTube channel, if you haven't already, I've been uploading an off-season series where I've been working really hard trying to get back fitter, stronger and better technically than ever, and I feel really sharp coming back into training. I feel better than I ever have, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this season might bring. It might not work out at Hereford, I really hope it does, but if it doesn't, that doesn't matter. We're still going to be chasing that goal of getting to the highest level possible that we can achieve in football, wherever that may be. And on this channel, I'm going to be documenting the whole journey. You can follow along with the highs, the lows. We'll be doing game analysis videos, we'll be showing you the highlights of my games, all training videos, all the off-season series. There's going to be loads of content for you guys to look forward to. And hopefully, as I keep improving and progressing, there'll be even more variety of content for you guys to look forward to. So you guys are going to get to see the behind the scenes of the life of a footballer. In 1 second, we should. Yes! 1,000 subs, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, guys, so as you will have seen, I've hit 1,000 subscribers. And nothing special, I thought I'd ask you guys on Instagram to send me over some questions for a Q&A. You guys sent loads of questions through on Instagram, so I'm going to be answering them all in today's video. If you want to be involved with future videos like this one, my Instagram's just up there, so if you want to follow me on there, I might ask for your help or suggestions for future ideas of videos. You'll also see behind the scenes, so go give that a follow. And yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So the first question we've got is from Lewis LUFC 16, who asks, is 16 too old to make it into academy? So as you would have seen from my story there, literally 2 seasons ago I was playing Sunday League football, and I actually attended an open trial at 17 to get into the Hereford FC under 18s team. It wasn't a full-time academy, but it was part of a semi-pro academy, and it gave me the opportunity to advance into the first team. So from my personal experience, I can tell you no, 16 is not too old to get into academy. As long as you're willing to put in the work, there's definitely still opportunities there for you. Next question is from Kareem, who asks, have you played in an academy in the past? So back in like under 10s, I actually played for the development centre of Cheltenham Town, who are a League 2 team in England. That's not a full-time academy, that's literally just like the starting base level, which is like a development centre over here in England. And then at the age of about under 11s, under 12s, I played for Cardiff City Advanced Development Centre. So that's actually a level up, that's like the second phase of an academy, and I played there for 2 seasons. And then I actually played for the Hereford United Academy from under 13s to under 15s, so that was also not a full-time academy, that was a semi-pro academy, training twice a week, games on the weekend, that sort of thing. And then obviously last year I was in the under 18s to the Hereford FC Academy as well, so that was also semi-pro. So I've never been in a full-time academy, but they're all the different teams that I've played for. We've got another question from Kareem, and he asks, how old are you? So I'm actually 18. Mark 1 Strain asks, what is your biggest achievement in football so far? For me, it's definitely making the bench in the Vanarama National North for Hereford FC at the age of 18. So it was actually 4 days after my birthday. I made the bench for the first team in a league fixture, and that's definitely my biggest achievement so far, as well as making it to the FA Youth Cup first round and playing at Fratton Park, Portsmouth Stadium. they're definitely my two biggest ones. But I think the first team on the bench for the National North fixture is definitely my biggest achievement so far. So we got a question from Evan T, who asks, what would your advice be to someone who has been released from academy? And for me, I feel like I'm in quite a good position to give advice on this, because actually at the age of 14 I was actually released from the Hereford FC Academy, the same club that I play for now. I put some pictures up here of my old photos from when I was back in the academy back in the day, and yeah, I actually got released. They told me at the age of under 14 that they didn't want me, and yeah, I got released. I went down to Sunday League, played Sunday League football for a year, was training really hard. I literally just worked my ass off, and slowly I've improved. Started playing men's football at the age of 16, and then attempted an open trial to get back into the Hereford Academy at the age of 17, and actually got accepted back in. And I think that literally just shows how important hard work is. Like, it's literally just putting in the hours, putting in the dedication on the training pitch, and if you believe, then anything's possible. So I've got a question here from Official Enoch, who asks, is the academy you play for a pro academy? So obviously I'm not in the academy anymore as I'm too old now, but the academy I was at was not a professional academy, no, it was just a semi-pro academy. There is teams in the league that Hereford are in that have pro academies, however Hereford once was just semi-pro and we was training twice a week with games in the week as well. And then we got a question from LEG, who asks, who do you play for? And I think I pretty much answered that in the start of this video. So I'm currently on trial for Hereford FC first team, but I could be anywhere this season, we'll just wait and see to find out. So we got a question from Ariane, who asks, how long have you known Connor for? So they're actually referencing Connor Parsons, who's actually another footballer that makes YouTube videos. And to answer this question, I've actually not known Connor that long. And it's actually a bit of a coincidence how we met. I'm actually going to answer this in a separate video in the future, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Next question we've got is from Akira, who asks, how do you plan to make your way into professional football? To answer this question, I think it's all about proving yourself at the level you're at. If you prove yourself at the level you're at, then you're going to be able to make that next step up the ladder. And it's all about slow improvements over multiple years. If you can prove yourself at this division, then you can work your way up to the next one, and eventually if you keep improving, then you've always got a chance. I feel like if you put in the hard work and if you prove yourself at each level you play at, then you've got every chance. So we got a question from Red1 Akalam02, sorry if I pronounced that badly. Will you carry on with your education as well as playing football? So last season I was in sixth form in England, then I was doing A-levels. I've just got my results. I actually managed to get AAA, so I was really buzzing with that. And I actually had the opportunity to go to university this year to study physiotherapy. And I actually decided to defer for a year, which means that I'll have a year out of not doing any education. And for this year I'm going to be working and playing football at the same time. We're going to see how this year goes, and next year I'll probably go to university. I'll be playing semi-pro football alongside my education. And then after I finish my university course, after I finish playing semi-pro for a couple of years, and then I'll decide whether I want to pursue going pro or try and work and play semi-pro at the same time. Millie.guy asks, what are you studying at uni? So yeah, if I go next year, with the place I've deferred, it'll be studying physiotherapy. The next question is from Curlyhead Nate, who asks, why did you start a soccer YouTube channel and not something else? And that's literally just because I'm documenting my journey. Like, if I wasn't recording, I'd be doing this stuff anyway, I'd be training anyway. So I thought, yeah, why not just bring a camera along with me and show you what I'm doing. Next question we've got is from Sportster Steve, who asks, would you rather play as a centre-back or a holding midfielder? For me, definitely centre-back. I've grown into the position of centre-back. Last season I started as a centre midfielder, dropped down to centre back due to injuries in other positions, and I loved it there. I've been playing there ever since for the last season. I feel like I've grown into the position, I'm learning more about the position every time I train. Yeah, and I absolutely love it there, so definitely centre back for me now. George Hatman asks, which footballer do you base your game off? And obviously from a centre back point of view, I like to learn from Van Dijk, but I also like to learn from old clips of John Terry. Obviously he was great at playing the ball with both feet, great defender, put his body on the line, and his dedication also inspires me. So yeah, I'd like to say John Terry. So we've got a question from It's Michael, who asks, how did you get into Hereford? So actually at the start of the last season, so the 2018-19 season, I attended an open trial for the Hereford under-18s team. I had a successful open trial and they offered me a 6-week pre-season trial. So I attended that, I did really well in the fitness testing, the pre-season games, and actually got signed for the Hereford FC under-18s. And then last season I was putting in some good performances for the 18s, and then I got invited to go and train with the first team. Yeah, and it's just kind of gone from there really. Sorry if I butcher your name, but Lakiwi asks, does height really matter? And honestly, I don't think it does. I'm a tall player, obviously for my position, centre back, it's relatively important to be quite tall. But obviously there's loads of different positions, and you'll find even players at centre back that aren't tall. There's best players in the world that used to be like Cannavaro, pretty sure won a Ballon d'Or, and he was like a 5'9" centre back. So no, I think if you've got other attributes, then height's not important. So we've got a question from Stedman Hoyt, who asks, favourite player in each position ever? I'm just going to answer centre back for this one, and for me, the person who I love watching the most in centre back has just got to be Van Dijk. Honestly, like after transitioning to centre back this season, watching some of the things he does in games, how comfortable he is, how physical he is, how strong he is, he's just a class act, and he's definitely a big role model for me and something that I can look up to and aspire to be like. Question from Denny K10, who asks, what do you want to achieve in football? Literally for me, my goal is to reach my full potential, and I know it sounds cliche, but I just want to work as hard as I possibly can over my football career just to see how far I can take myself. And that's literally it, like, I just don't want any regrets. That's literally my goal. Have no regrets, push myself to the limit and see how far we can go. CA.INE asks, what are your ambitions for the upcoming season? So obviously my main ambition at the moment is to have a successful trial with the first team, Hereford FC. That's my main short-term ambition. I can't really set any more goals for the rest of the season because obviously I don't know what club I'm going to be at, but that's my short-term ambition at the moment. Dan Fairhurst 7 asks, do you ever not want to train? And honestly, I don't think there's one footballer out there who every single day, all year round, wants to get out and train. One morning they might wake up and think, oh, do I have to do this today? And the key word that comes to my head is discipline. If you want to make it to a high level, you've got to be disciplined. You've got to be out there training whether you feel like it or not. And that's what I try to do for myself. I try to stay disciplined, and I'm pretty good at it, I think, by now. It's all about mentally training yourself to just get out there and do it, whatever you're feeling like. Bradley asks, ever thought of playing abroad? And yeah, definitely. I've had a few opportunities. I had the opportunity to go and play in America with a US scholarship, to go and play college football over there, and decided to turn that down. But yeah, in the future, if anything comes up, I definitely want to go and play abroad. Johannes asks, how many hours a week do you think is optimal training for a 15-year-old? For me, it's all about listening to your body. If your body thinks you can cope with, let's say, 4 sessions a week, go for it. But don't try and go from 1 session to 6 sessions a week. If you want to try and add more sessions, slowly build it up and then see how your body's feeling. If you feel like you can handle more sessions, just add 1 more in a week. And yeah, just take it from there really. There's no optimal set number. It's all about seeing how your body feels. Wills.skills asks, how old were you when you started playing football? I actually started playing club football at the age of under 6s, but I'm sure I was messing around with a ball in the house even before that. But yeah, I started playing for my Sunday league team at the age of under 6s. AZ asks, how do you get scouted? For me, it's all about being the best player in the team. Realistically, if there's a scout coming to the match, they're only going to pick somebody and take somebody who they think is the best player out there. And that all comes down to individual training, extra work off the pitch, and just preparing yourself right for games, training, everything. So yeah, it's all about hard work and dedication, and if you're the best player on that pitch, it'll pay off. Archbadam asks, what are your goals for the end of 2020? Obviously there's only a couple of months left now, and my main short-term goal is to succeed on my trial at Hereford and sign there. Next question we got is from Hassan Tan, who asks, how far do you think you will get in football? It's such a difficult question for me to answer because obviously I don't know what the future holds. It could be something good coming around the corner, it could be something bad around the corner, could be anything. My aim for me is just to play professional football, and that's my goal. Obviously it's a dream as well, but mainly it's just a goal because that's what I've got my sights on and that's what I'm working towards. And like I answered in the previous question, as long as I keep working hard at each level and keep improving, then anything can happen, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my goal. Next question comes from Ben Gray, who asks, what football team do you support? I actually support Ipswich Town. If you're wondering where that is in England, it's just about there. And yeah, I've been supporting them ever since I was a kid. Obviously I'm mad about them. Yeah, we're in League One at the moment, hopefully we can get promoted this season. Molly MM also asks, have you ever been injured? I've never really had serious injuries, but the only bad injuries I've had is something like growing pains in my knees, which was on and off for a couple of years when I was a bit younger, but apart from that I've never really had too bad injuries. Fyodor, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, how many training sessions do you do a week, team and individual? So at the moment for Hereford we train on a Monday and Thursday, and we have games on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and that's in pre-season. So at the moment I'm not doing too much extras outside, only sort of light technical stuff and maybe a bit of gym work, but we do gym after training on a Monday and Thursday as well. So yeah, in pre-season it's pretty heavy, so there's not really too much you can do. HB Ajawa, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, asked, did you see Wycombe getting promoted and what's your thoughts? Obviously Wycombe are in the same league as Ipswich, and yeah, to be fair, I'm actually quite happy for them to get promoted. There's the underdogs in the league, fair play to them, I hope they go and smash it in the championship. Sam asks, what are the key attributes a captain needs? For me, it's all about leadership and communication. You've got to be organising your team, leading by example as well. Sometimes it's not always about communicating, sometimes it's just about leading by sort of playing and showing the way for your team by putting in a good performance. Ella Bryan also asks, massive fan of you, who inspired you to start YouTube? For me, it was actually like Become Elite back in the day, about 2-3 years ago, who I was watching all the time, and I just thought, you know what, why don't I give it a go myself? I love being creative, and obviously I was playing football all the time, training every day, so I thought, why not just bring a camera along with me? So yeah, Become Elite is the OG man, and he's amazing as well. It's great to see how he's doing well as well in the USL now, at the professional level. So yeah, Become Elite is a top guy, and definitely a massive inspiration for me. And then last question, Football Dan asks, how do you get mates on board with your grind in football? Honestly, mate, if they're not in it, they're not in it. Thankfully, I've got mates who are really interested in football as well and really want to take it seriously. So we have some good training sessions together and work hard together and improve together. But if your mates aren't on board with it, then there's nothing you can do about it, man. You don't want to waste your time persuading them. You've got to be putting in those extra hours, and then when you've got that free time after you put in those extra hours, then you can spend time with your mates. I don't think you want to be wasting your time trying to persuade them. You just got to make sure that you're in the right place. But yes guys, that will be the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed. I've tried to explain my current situation, and thank you for all your questions on the Q&A. Once again, if you want to ask me questions for the future, give me suggestions or DM me on Instagram. My Instagram's just there. And please, it would really help if you could like the video, as it helps YouTube share it even more. So if you could leave a like and subscribe, it would be much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.